Hi, my name is Mercy and welcome back to the channel. Now, today I want us to talk about something that I find quite interesting. I had done a video about it before and then I kind of never edited it. So now it's out of date and I've also gotten a little bit more information that I would like to add to this conversation. I want us to talk about love languages. And we have love languages that we've learned over the years for relationships, romantic relationships, parental relationships, sibling relationships. One thing that I think we never think about is love language for your job. Maybe because some of us believe that your job is something you do to get a pay and move on with your life, but that's not really what I advocate for on this on my channel. On my channel, I advocate for people to actually like what they do. Now, if you find a job that you love, not everybody is lucky enough to actually do a job that they love, but if you do find a job that you love and you're able to do it, I usually believe that you just have to put 100% into it, the same way you would put 100% into loving your partner, into loving, whatever it is that you are in at that time. So I just wanted us to talk about the love language and how you can try and figure out how you appreciate your colleagues, how you show your appreciation to your colleagues for work well done and things like that. Now, many people think that, you've done your work, you've gone home. If you've done your work well, you will get paid. Well, if you don't, okay, that's not always the case, but whatever, you know what I mean. I feel like you have to learn how to appreciate your colleagues and you have to learn how to show them you appreciate them. Everybody knows that it's polite to say thank you and please, and we do say that, but by going that extra mile, you can actually make your colleagues' day. You can just make it a little bit better just by going that one extra mile and just doing something small. It does not even have to be complicated. You don't have to buy your colleagues flowers. You don't have to take them for dinner. It can be something as interesting as finding out when is their birthday. I have this weakness that I generally like finding out when people's birthdays are because I love my birthday. I feel like my birthday is usually like a renewal time for me. And I wake up and I love my birthday and I feel like, oh, yay, it's my birthday, I've done well, and yeah, a new year. Not everybody loves their birthdays, and that's something that I had to learn the hard way because I kept reaching out to people who I just thought were amazing people and telling, oh, happy birthday, it's your birthday. And they were like, yeah, my birthday, oh, I don't celebrate my birthday. I feel like my birthday makes me feel old. I don't know what people have against being old. I love being old. I love being in my 40s. I can't wait to be in my 50s. It just means that you've lived longer. But anyway, I digress as usual. So basically, I feel like you need to figure out if you have a colleague that you work with closely, that you work with a lot, just figure out what their love language is. Maybe they like gifts and, bake a cake. If you can bake a cake at home, bring it, share it. I know some people who just like bringing random stuff to the office. And, we all know that person who keeps bringing very unhealthy snacks to the break room. And yeah, we love that person because that person is helping us break our diet. And then we have the good excuse of saying that this is just office bonding. I have to do it. I have to eat these cakes because, well, Tom brought them to the office. And I feel like this is the kind of relationships that once you build, you, well, it's, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that you build these kinds of relationships, and then if inevitably you make a mistake, which granted, many of us do make, we do have times when you're not at your best. If you've invested in creating these kinds of bonds, then maybe it might help. I just feel like you build these kinds of relationships. They're not the kind of things that you would say today and it's done. No, they're the kind of things that it will take time to build. You would need to spend time with people to know what they like, what they don't like, what they like talking about. If somebody likes talking about golf, you know nothing about golf, you are not interested in golf, it doesn't hurt to just one day, ask him, so did you go golfing this weekend? Yeah. He or she will spend time. And by the way, people who golf love talking about golf. Like, they really do like it. And you talk about, you listen to them. It will not break you to listen to them. I keep saying this, and I don't know if anybody's believing it, but in my life, actually liking your colleagues makes the work tolerable. I know that many people say that it's the work environment that's toxic, but the work environment is people. I mean, if there's a lot of work, then that's different. Then it's a lot of work. That's a different case. But if you just feel like people are toxic where you work, what are you doing to change how people are? I used to know this lady. Yeah, we're still friends. I just don't work with her anymore. But she was so positive. She really still is the most positive person that I have ever met. And this woman totally refused to believe that you can just accept negativity like it's something normal. Like, you can't just accept that people are toxic. You can't just accept that things are bad. You can't just, and it made a difference. It did make a difference. It made her positively want to do things to improve the atmosphere where she was working. And this was either by mindful training or helping people with meditation or just being a listening ear. And it did help quite a lot of people who are struggling with just understanding day to day what's going on, but they started appreciating a little bit the environment, and maybe not the entire company, because sometimes the company is beyond repair. You can't change something that's broken that much. But at least even noticing that not everybody, if I'm in pain and I'm seeing all these negative things, maybe not everybody is that bad, because if I'm seeing it, maybe there's somebody else who's also seeing it, and maybe together we can find a way to just make it tolerable. And I think that's the kind of attitude that you come in with when you decide that you are going to spend your love language and just basically spread your care and be a nice person where you work. So I'm hoping that this will find you well on a Friday and that you will think about it over the weekend. And then on Monday, you can go back to your office and start looking for a way to have a good love language. Have a nice day.